Okay, welcome back to tutorial number 6 for Autocad for beginners here at Research College. So hopefully we've got a drawing pane similar to what I've got in front of me following the previous tutorials. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit now and I'm also going to use the center wheel button to depress that so I can drag the drawing board around a little bit, and we're going to focus on this particular aspect for now. So in previous tutorials we've looked at extending, trimming, moving, mirror, hatchings and the rest of that, and hopefully you're starting to be able to navigate your way around AutoCAD and start to do drawings of your own. So we talked about hatchings last time, and the reason that we do that so that the end user, whether that be the clients, the tradesman and woman, other industry professionals, can interpret information correctly. So we did hatchings because it's a very simple glance that tells us all we need to know about certain types of materials on the drawing. Now what we also need, or what I need as a bricklayer, is I need dimensions. Now if it was a scaled drawing and I knew the scale, I could use a scale rule and I could extract that information for setting out. The only problem with that is it's open for user error. Alternatively, the architect can insert measurements on their drawing, and it doesn't matter if it's to scale or not. It can be on the back of a fag packet or it could be on an A1 sheet. The dimensions would stay the same, and I would be able to set out effectively in relation to the drawings that have been passed by planning. So here we go. I'm going to zoom in using the center mouse button, the wheel button, and we're gonna start to insert some dimensions. Now, because if you remember when we were first laying out this project, we were all the lines we inputted dimensions in millimeters. So we know that that's the case because this drawing has been drawn as a scale of 1 to 1. So we know that. So all I need to do now is go to this dimension button here, left click on that, and now it's asking me to select objects. So basically I want to know what the dimension is between there and there, and I can just scroll up and it'll input this line. I'm going to click escape so I can come out of the command. So it's input that line, and if I zoom in using the wheel button, I can see that it's 150 millimeters, but obviously that's really difficult to interpret because it's set at such a small font size. So hopefully this is gonna work. So what I need to do is change this font size. So if you hover over until it turns like the blue, and then I left click, he says, another go. Okay, so double left click, and that brings up this text box. So at the moment, if I look in this bit, it's set as a font size of 2.5, which is why it's so small. If you use the drop down menu, sometimes there's alternative measurements that you've already inputted, or there's nothing. So what I want to do is, first of all, I want to add a new measurement. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to put 50 in there just so I can see what that is, and hit return. Okay, so nothing's happened at this moment in time, but if I go back in again now, and now from the drop down menu can select 50, and that's obviously made that a bit bigger. So I'm going to click close text editor, and now when I scroll out, I can now see a bit more clearly that that's got a set dimension, and now I can see that without having to scroll in and out. So hopefully when this is printed out on paper, that becomes more visible. Now fair enough, I've got 150. I could go a little bit further, and if I double click back in there, maybe I want to put 150, and I'm going to put the millimeters in there, and I'm going to return, and I'm going to come out, and I can see now that I've got 150 millimeters. So now I've got a clearer picture of what it is. So then I can continue adding dimensions now. So if I click escape, and I'm just going to center the page up again. So if I go to dimension, this time I want the door opening to be seen. So I'm going to go from there to there, and I could put it on the same line. He says, trying to get it. I need to zoom in a little bit here to get that correct. Let's just drag that over. There we go, that's better. Okay, so again, we can see that we've got the same problem, that the text is set small. So I'm going to go a bit closer, double left click, and that's given me that option. Now already the 50 should be set, so I can set that, and away we go, he says. But it hasn't done that, has it? There we go, did it this time. Click close, zoom out, and now I can see I've got 900. And obviously it's the same thing. Now you can choose to put the millimeters in or not. People should, professionals will be able to interpret that correctly. So we're going to carry on going along. So I'm going to put the dimension for this wall in now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go across the whole piece first. Instead of doing them individually, let's get them in. And you will have to zoom in to get them something like in the same place. I'm going to do exactly the same here. Okay, so now I can click escape, and I can now zoom in, double left click, and select the font size accordingly. It seems to be a bit clunky for some reason today, I don't know why. Maybe so I've got too many things going at the same time, I don't know. But double left click again, open that up. The 50 should already be set, and you can set these to whatever you want, to be fair. Click the green arrow for close, and these are exactly the same measurements as we put in when we were first doing the drawing. So again, I'm going to go in there and select that and click the close text editor, so I can scroll out, and now we can see that we've got our dimensions there, and there's some lovely symmetry there. The brickwork panels either side of the window are 825 because that's how I structured it when I was doing the original drawing, and we've got the windows and such like in. Now what we can do as well is have a second measurement in there, because if I was setting this out as a bricklayer, I'd need to know where the doorway was straight away, and potentially I wouldn't need to know where the window was until I got to windowsill height. So I would have to add all those up, which isn't a big deal, is it? I can add them all up. But if you were the architect and you wanted to be super efficient, I could pick that point there, and I'm going to pick that point there, and I'm going to put another line slightly above the rest, like so. And I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to zoom in, get that to turn blue, double left click, and we're going to select that at the right. Just doesn't want to play ball this morning, does it, somehow? Let's try again. Drop down menu. So there we go. It's really clunky this morning, but there you go. The joys of using design software. So close text editor, zoom out. So now we've got the overall dimension of the width of the building, and we've got the breakouts as well. And like I say, you can choose to put the millimeters in or not. So if I zoom out, now we're starting to see the additional dimension. So again, we can do exactly the same down the length of the building, and the same on the front. It's exactly the same process. Click dimension, select the parameters, choose where you want the line to be drawn, and then simply choose the font size as to what you want, following the steps that we've just done. Thank you very much.